Hi my Stampin' friends, I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com and my project for you today is this one, and it's what I'm calling my book style gift box. Last year I posted this little book Bible that I made with a little tree inside, and it had little sentiments and it had a little pack of Tic Tacs, and it was finished off very beautifully. And recently a subscriber asked me if I could make it in a slightly larger size. So this is what I have come up with. I'm calling it my book of tea lights, I suppose. That is what I have put inside, because in the winter months, autumn and winter, I love my tea lights, all warm and cosy and lovely in my living room. So that is why I have made this as a book of tea lights. So it obviously has a beautiful bow, which when we undo it, I have a flower made with the Pop of Petals suite. This is the Pop of Petals suite, which comes with a matching punch which cuts out all of these flowers, and you've also got leaves as well. So a very, very good little stamp set with an easy little cutout punch. And the little leaves that I've made here were cut using the leaf punch, so another quick and easy little project. My sentiments that I've used today to make this gift box come from the Colourful Seasons stamp set. So here you've got You Make Me Smile, and then on the inside of my box, which I think is just as beautiful, I've put the sentiment Life is a Beautiful Thing, and I've done a bit of stamping and popped some little leaves up as well, and I've even wrapped my little tea lights with a little bit of matching DSP there, so that makes a cute little project. Took me a little while to get this box bit right, I must say. This was my third attempt to, for some reason I had a head cold I'm blaming, and I just couldn't fathom out for the life of me how to get this box right, even though I had me grid paper here. No, couldn't get it done. So I'm blaming my head cold. So without further ado, let's crack on and make this gorgeous little gift box, because it's just such a lovely and simple, really, little project that I'm sure you're going to love. You're going to want to replicate it, and I think I'll leave the tying of that ribbon right now. So let's crack on and make this today. So we're going to start to make this book style gift box. You're going to need a piece of cardstock. This is Cajun Craze, and it measures 7 by 5 3/8 inches, which is 17.8 by 13 centimeters. I've got a piece of mint macaron cardstock. No, let's take that again. Start again. Right. For the book box, for the interior, we are using a piece of mint macaron cardstock measuring 7 by 5 3/8 inches, which is 17.8 by 13 centimeters. Then we're going to use a piece of Cajun Craze cardstock cut at 11 1/4 by 5 1/4, which is 29 by 13.5 centimeters. Then we've got 2 pieces of DSP that measure the same. And this is, what's this called? Nature's Poem DSP, and that is cut at 5 1/8 by 3 3/8, which is 13.5 by 8.5 centimeters. And as I said, you'll need 2 of those. I have got, for the inside of my box for the sentiment, I've got 2 of the largest stitch shape squares. One in Whisper White, one in mint macaron. I have cut myself a little strip, which is for the outer binding. Let me just show you that. This piece here, that's for that piece there, and that measures 5 1/8 by 1/2 inch, which is 13.5 by 1 centimeter. And then I have die cut myself some little copper leaves using the Colourful Seasons stamp set, which is where I've got my sentiments from, and I've used this one here to cut them out in copper foiling. Right, let's get some scoring done. I'll get the right words out in a minute. Right, let's pull you out slightly so that you can see what I'm up to. And we're starting off with the mint macaron piece, which is the box part for the interior. And on the long side, well, no, on all 4 sides, we're scoring it at 1/2 inch and 1 1/8 inch. So that's on all 4 sides, 1/2 inch and 1 1/8 inch. And in centimetres, that is 1 and 2.5. So that's the scoring done for the box. Now we want the outer part, which we are going to score on the long side at 1 3/4, 5 1/4, 6 and 9 1/2, and in centimetres that is 4.5, 13.5, 15.5 and 24.5. Turn it round to the short side and we are going to score it. No, we're not scoring it on the short side, don't be silly, it's a outer cover for a book, don't be silly. So that's that, all the scoring done on the long side, and that's all our scoring done. So let's get that out of the way. We'll start with our outer cover, and all we're doing for that is just pushing the ends inwards, and then each of these inwards too. Just make sure that your edges run straight, like that. And then I'm going to use my little corner rounder, because I'm going to round my corners on here, on all 4 ends. Didn't do a very good job of that. Sorry about the noise. It's a bit loud, wasn't it? So let's just round all our corners. What's going on here? I seem to have a tiniest whisper sticking out, which is annoying me. Let's get rid of that. Right then, so now we're going to get our wet glue, because we're going to stick this down, these 2 ends. Just stick those down. And that gives these corners just a bit more strength. So that is the outer cover of our book made. Now we are going to fit on our DSP. So this is going on here. Do you know what? I'm wondering if I want that on there. No, let's have this on here. So we want the 2 right hand corners the same, doing the rounded ends, and then a bit of glue around the outside edges. and glue that down onto the front of our book. That's it. Turn it over, and this is the inside, like this. So we want to do the left hand edges with our corner rounder, like that, and stick that in. It's Nature's Poem DSP is lovely. I love it. I really love it. Right, that's that. Now we are going to make up the interior of our box. No, we're not. We're going to stick this binding bit on if I can find it. That's going on here. Is that the right length? Yep. Let's glue that on. And stick that on here. That's it. So now we're going to make up our box. Let's get rid of all these bits. And all we do with this is fold and burnish, and this is just like any other reinforced box that I've ever made. And now we are going to cut up these corners like that. You're going to snip in a groove on here, cut that little bit off there, and just cut a slither off your tab here, and then another wedge off here. Same on this side. Cut those pieces off, cut yourself a wedge out here, cut yourself a wedge off here, cut the little nick out of there. Same over this side. And that is what you'll be left with. Get rid of those bits. And now we need our double-sided tape along these outside edges. I'm trying to stick this on so I've got that shaved edge. So that's been put all the way around. And now we are going to glue our little tabs here. And then you're just going to put it together like you would any other box, holding those together until they've set. And then just reinforcing them with your bone folder. That's it. And then we're just going to take each of these little strips off and push that in. These things always stick to me. I never want to get off my fingers. They seem to have static in them for some reason. See what I mean? So, last one. And then our box will be made. That's it. So that's our little box made, and that fits inside there like that. So we're going to glue that on with our glue. So just put a bit of glue around the outside edges. That should be enough. And then you need to centralize it against this second edge here. So if you can see, you've got a little edge there. So you need that to go against the lip. So hold it up like a box and make sure that you are equal distance away from the top and the bottom edges, so that you've got the same amount. Otherwise it'll look off. Put that in there. And just for an added little touch, I popped in some doilies in the bottom here, some little doilies. I just overlapped a couple of those. Well, when you can get them peeled apart, you can. Oops. Those in there just to give a little bit more styling, and then in with our beautiful candles, and these smell gorgeous. I wish you had smell-o-vision because they're zesty orange. Oh, love them. So that's that part of our box done. So if we look at this part here, we've now got our sentiment to do. So let's get our piece in for our sentiment, and I've already prepped up on my block Life is a Beautiful Thing. I'm just going to get that stamped off, and I've got this chamois which is new from Stampin' Up, and although it looks filthy, it does an excellent job of cleaning your stamps. Excellent. Right, what glue, what ink? We are going to use Cajun Craze to match. So into our ink, looks good, and over the top, Life is a Beautiful Thing. It is, you know, it is a beautiful thing. Every day is precious. There. Oh, I love that. I like it in that Cajun Craze. That is pretty. And I've just realised that I haven't cut out my oval for You Make Me Smile. So I'm going to have to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a piece of cardstock for that. This is the sentiment on the front, You Make Me Smile, and I still want that one, that sentiment. So let's prep up the stamp. I like it. And then what colour are we going to put on the front here, do you think? Wondering if we ought to go for mint macaron. Let's go for mint macaron, just for a change. Oh, I love these new stamp cases, but they need a bit of working in. So into the ink, You Make Me Smile. And down. Now look at that. Look at that. How did I manage that? To put that all over me. Well, what a mucky pup I am. Never mind. So we're going to get our big shot in, and we're going to go over and get our Stick Shapes framelets diced. So I love these because you get 3 different shapes in a pack, and let's see which one I want to cut my sentiment out. I think that one will do fine. That one will be great. So that's the second smallest. So let's put that on here. You make me smile. Cut that out. Over there, don't need that anymore. Put that away. Take that out of there. Pop that out, put that back. That's great. And then what I've done, what I did with this one was I did a bit of sponging just so that it would stand out. So I'm going to use my Cajun craze to do that. Ooh, that's not Cajun craze in there, is it? Don't know what colour this is. In here. Right, we're just going to use this one. I'm just going to use a bit of scratch paper. I think I've got a different colour on there. And so all you need really is just a light sponging around the outside. Nothing too much, but just so that that sentiment pops off that white. Love that. That's that done. Put the ink away before I stick my hand in it again. Right, where are we with our box? I've lost it. What have I done with it? There it is. So this is our box. Life is a beautiful thing. We're going to put that on here. So let's put a bit of glue on that. You can see that I stamped that when I was making my other one, and I didn't like the colour, and so I put it in my scrap bin so that I could use the opposite side of it, because you can't afford to waste it. So down on here, like it. And then what I did was I got my leaves, so let's get our leaves. And we're also going to need to stamp our flower. So let's get the flower stamp set. I've already prepped up on my block, that one there. And that uses a block B. And we are going to stamp it down in Cajun Craze. Well, we are when I get some cardstock. I think that's too thick. Just get a piece of this. I think I'm going to cut that. Bear with. I'm just going to cut a strip that's about here. That's it. And now we're going to stamp our flowers. So I stamped 2. So stamp on there. I like the shape of this one, it's quirky. Stamp down again. Ooh, love it. Right. Then we're going to use our punch and punch it out. Line it up. And punch. Line it up and punch. So that's those done. Well, actually, looking at my other one, I punched it out on Petal Pink cardstock. But I think this will work. What did I do with my little blossom flower that I had? What did I do with that? Where did that go? Oh, well, I'll find that in a minute. Let's put this together then. So, for the insides, I'm going to do 2 in Cajun Craze. So, yet again, I haven't got the cardstock. Right, so we need 2 leaves in Cajun Craze, or just 1 maybe, because I'm probably going to team that up this time. Let's bring this in. I'm probably going to team that up with one of my copper ones, if I can. How can I do that? Let's put that under there. Pretty. And then perhaps put that there. Hold that there. No, I'm going to do another copper one. Cajun Craze one, I mean. And then I'm going to give it some dimension by pinching. Pinching. Just pinching down the middle. And twisting it. I've twisted it as I've done it. So pinch and twist, like that. Pinch and twist, pinch and twist. It just gives a different shape to it. So that is what's going on in the middle here. Now, I'm going to stick this down, and I'm just sticking it in the middle so that I'll be able to add my leaves to the outside. So position that so that it's central to the whole thing, and press down, and then with your glue just a little double on the ends here, and we're going to tuck this one, this one under here this time, like that. And then we're going to tuck this one on here, like that. And then I'm going to get my Wink of Stella. Got to have a bit of Wink of Stella on it. And just run that over the leaves to give them a sheen. Same here. Love it. Right, that's the outside done. Now we're going to do the inside, and we've got our sentiment here, and that goes on here. And then we've done our flower, and so we're going to again give, oh, I've ripped it. Oh, how could I do that? Right, that's it. I need to stamp it again now. Where's my stamp? Where's my ink? It's a good job this stamps out easily with me punch. There we go. Take two. That's it. Right, throw the ripped one in the bin. Let's be a little bit more gentle with this. So perhaps we'll pinch upwards, holding it in the centre. Pinch upwards for dimension. Pinch upwards. And then that is going to glue together. So a little double of wet glue on the middle there. And we're going to offset it so that we've got a flower with a double layer. And once it's dried, you can pull it upwards, that centre bit. Now I'm annoyed because I don't know what I've done with my little blossom flower that I had. I know I had it. What did I do with it? Where did it go? I don't know where it went. I could have sworn I had it. Well, I've lost it anyway. So I have to find another one. Right. Right, so I've got one of these little resin flowers. I think they're resin flowers. They're in the Stampin' Up catalogue anyway. And this is mint macaron one. That's going to go in the middle there. But before I do that, I'm going to put a Wink of Stella on it. What have I done with it? I'm going to rub some Wink of Stella, because what that will do is that will just... Can you see how I've now made that slightly... I've moved the ink around and made that flower slightly darker. I need a new Wink of Stella. This is running out. I'm going to avoid the middle because I want to make sure that my little flower sticks well to the centre. Nice. I hope I'm not boring you all. That's that, better leave that. Right, So we've now done that. I've given that dimension. So now with some glue dots, I'm going to stick my resin flower on, and I'm using 2 glue dots for that to make sure that that sticks good and proper, maybe even 3, and stick that right in the centre of the flower, and I think that looks beautiful. What do you think? Sweet. That's going to go on here. Like it. Now are we going to add these leaves or not? Do they look nice? They do. They do look nice. Let me see. I'm going to get one of these Cajun crazies and stamp those out to just see which I like the best. Whoops. Now do I like that as well as? I think I do. I think it just lifts it. Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. I love it. Loving it. Should I have gone for 3? No, overkill I think. Like that. So what we're going to do here, we're going to stick that on with some dimensionals when we get hold of them. So let's stick that on next. And we're going to place that fairly low down because I've got my ribbon to put round. Don't forget. So let's put our ribbon round before we do our final arrangement of flowers. So let's tie this round into a bow. Right, move that down. So let's do our final arrangement. I'm going to cut some of these ends off because they'll be too much. Get some glue. And then I'm going to just give them a bit of dimension too by pulling them upwards. I'm going to point that one here. Cut the end off there. Do the same here. Pull them up. Bit of glue on that little nubble there. And then we're going to offset them like that. Then our flower will go in the middle like that. And then we need to work out whether these are going to add to it or take away. I think they're going to add to it, so let's stick these on like that. Whoops. I suppose you could say that I've added those like in a circle pattern. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on my little flower. I'm going to, the backing comes off my fingers, and then we're going to pop that in the centre there. Oh, don't you just love that? And we now need some of these fancy Fancy Share What You Love artisan pearls. Let's move everything out the way. And we are going to put a few of these on here. Love it. And that is it, apart from putting a bit of Wink of Stella on these little leaves here, which I shall do later because I think I've taken up more than enough time. So these are the two little boxes with the ribbon. Tie that round here. And I think I like that a little better with those little, I suppose you could call them skeletonized leaves, couldn't you really? That's what they probably are. So that's my boxes today. I hope you enjoyed that project, and I hope you'll come back and join me again in a couple of days to find out all the details about the products I've used. Click down in that little down arrow button. That'll take you over to my website too, to the project, and show you how it was made. And if you'd like to subscribe to my website, I'd be grateful. And should you need any products, I'll be delighted to be your demonstrator. So until next time, thank you for now, and bye.